Hello and a very good evening. It's 6:30 p.m. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. It's time for Verdict 2015. I'm your host Frank Pereira. Here are today's verdict headlines. Elaborate security arrangements in place for the third phase of polling. Fate of 808 candidates to be decided by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Over 1.45 crore voters eligible to cast their franchise. RJD chief Lalu Prasad lashes out at the Prime Minister, accuses Modi of using indecent language. In sheer desperation, says the Prime Minister finds himself in a hopeless position in Bihar. Another hectic day of campaigning for the Prime Minister. Modi addresses 3 rallies in Motihari and Betia. Takes on Nitish's administration on allegations of bribery. And we focus on the sugar mills of North Bihar today. Once famous for their production, the mills depict a sorry state of affairs. Well, preparations are in place for the third phase of polling on Wednesday. Apart from ensuring a free and fair election, the Election Commission is also engaged in educating people on the need to exercise their franchise. Security too is watertight to ensure smooth polling. Here's a preview.
Elaborate security arrangements have been made ahead of the third phase of Bihar Assembly Elections tomorrow. Each polling station will have a minimum of 5 central paramilitary forces personnel to ensure free and fair polls.
जितने भी क्रिटिकल बूथ्स हैं, जैसे दियारा का क्षेत्र हो चाहे नक्सल प्रभावित क्षेत्र हो, वो सारे जगहों पर ये एरियल पेट्रोलिंग से उसका निगरानी किया जाएगा.
50 constituencies spread over 6 districts will go to polls in this phase. The districts are Patna, Saran, Vaishali, Nalanda, Bhojpur and Buxar. The Election Commission has cut short the time for voting by 1 hour, as in many as 10 constituencies. Polling in these constituencies will be held from 7 in the morning to 4 p.m, while in the remaining 40 constituencies, it will be up to 5 p.m.
सभी विधानसभा क्षेत्रों में स्वच्छ एवं निष्पक्ष मतदान सुनिश्चित कराए जाने के लिए सभी मतदान केंद्रों पर अर्धसैनिक बलों की प्रतिनियुक्ति की गई है और निष्पक्ष चुनाव कराने के संबंध में जितने भी सुरक्षात्मक उपाय किए जाने चाहिए थे वे सुरक्षात्मक उपाय किए गए हैं.
Let us now take a look at some of the crucial numbers of the third phase. A total of 50 constituencies will go to polls in the third phase. 808 candidates are in the fray in this phase, out of which 71 or 9% are female candidates. A total of 13,648 polling stations will be used. 1.45 crore people are eligible to cast their vote in the third phase, out of which 78,31,388 are male, 66,86,718 female voters and 599 others. The fate of several heavyweights will be decided in this phase. Among them are Lalu Prasad Yadav's son Tejasvi Prasad from Raghopur and Tej Pratap Yadav from Mahua. The other prominent leaders who will face polls on Wednesday are BJP leader Nand Kishore Yadav from the Patna Sahib constituency, Deputy Speaker Amrendra Pratap Singh from Ara, and BJP's Chief Whip in the State Assembly Arun Kumar Sinha from Kumbhrar. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, joining me for a chat right now from the ground in Bihar is our correspondent Kriti Mishra. Well, Kriti, as far as voting for the third phase is concerned, what are the kind of preparations that are in place to ensure free and fair polling?
Right, Frank. So elaborate security arrangements have been made. Over 1,107 companies of central paramilitary forces that would include 100 personnel each, along with state corps, have been deployed to ensure ground security. 5 helicopters along with drones would keep a vigil from the sky, and as far as rivers are concerned, 47 motor boats would be deployed in the riverine areas so that peaceful elections could also take place. And polling stations, there would be webcasting, there would be live webcasting, and over 3,228 micro observers have been deployed. So Election Commission has made elaborate arrangements so that peaceful elections take place. Over to you, Frank.
You know, apart from elaborate arrangements, the Election Commission has also gone out and tried and, come up with several innovative ideas to try and ensure that the voter turnout is extremely high as well. If you could tell us something about some of the things that the Election Commission has done to reach out to the voters to cast their franchise.
Absolutely, Frank. So the Election Commission has endeavored to ensure maximum voter participation. Election Commission has come out with a novel idea wherein it has included rural voters. It has roped in rural voters to inspire urban voters, because rural voters, we've seen that turnout in rural parts, that's certainly better than the urban centers where people consider it as a public holiday. So the Election Commission has roped in a lot of RJs. It has come out with a lot of commercials, a lot of TV ads. So it is certainly doing its bit to ensure that the voter participation is very high. Over to you, Frank.
All right, Pratim Mishra, thank you so much for joining us there with those details from Bihar and putting things into perspective for us as far as what's likely to happen tomorrow and what kind of preparations have been made for tomorrow. Also joining me on the program right now is the Bureau Chief of the Pioneer, Faizan Ahmed. A very good evening and thank you for joining me on the program, Faizan Ahmed. Tomorrow is a very crucial day as far as the Grand Alliance as well as, the NDA is concerned, because 50 very crucial seats are going to polls. The Election Commission has done a fabulous job in trying to ensure that free and fair polling has taken place already in the first and second phases of election. What's going to be different in the third phase? I seem to have lost the line there with our guest. Of course, we'll try and reconnect with Faizan Ahmed and try and get a reaction from him as well on what's likely to happen tomorrow. Of course, there have been several initiatives that the Election Commission has taken to go out and reach out to the voters so that voter turnout is in high numbers. We've seen in the first phase of polling, of course, there was a voter turnout of about 57%, and in the second phase we saw a voter turnout of 55%. It has been encouraging to see several women voters also come out and vote in both the first and the second phase. Faizan Ahmed, the Bureau Chief of the Pioneer, joins me right now from Patna in Bihar. Faizan Ahmed, as far as the third phase of polling is concerned, what is it that we need to look out for? Because, several of the urban areas go to polls tomorrow.
That's right, and that is the reason that the NDA, particularly BJP, has greater stake in this election. And you see, there are 14 assembly segments in Patna district alone. Out of them, at least a dozen fall under urban areas. Apart from that, there are many important constituencies in Bhojpur and Vaishali. So this election is very crucial for both the NDA as well as the Grand Alliance, as many candidates, important candidates of Grand Alliance like Lalu Yadav's two sons, Tej Pratap and Tejaswi, are contesting from Raghopur and Mahua constituencies, as well as BJP's top leaders like Nand Kishore Yadav and others in Patna, as well as Minister Shyam Rajak in Phulwari in Patna district. So it is this election contains this quite interest as well as stake for both the alliances.
Indeed, the fate of 808 candidates will be sealed by 5 p.m. tomorrow. But, as far as the officials are concerned, do you see any challenges ahead of them for tomorrow maybe?
Well, since Election Commission as well as the administration passed off the crucial test in second phase in Gaya, Jehanabad district, which are quite Maoist-infested areas. So I think this election may be a little easier for them. Although Bhojpur is a quite disturbed area, not because of Naxal activities, but because of the previous agrarian violence in Bhojpur, as well as the clash between extreme left parties and as well as the private militia of the landlords.
Indeed.
But that happened till 2000, and after that there had been no major agrarian violence in that region.
All right, Faizan Ahmed, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us on the program and putting things into perspective for us and, keeping an eye out for what's likely to happen tomorrow. On that note, it's time for a short break now. On the other side, we catch up with the Election Commission CEO in Bihar to talk about the preparedness ahead of the third phase of polling. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tales that inspire, stories of social change. A salute to diversity, promoting public discourse. Events that motivate, inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries every Friday at 10:30 p.m, Saturday 12:30 p.m, and Sunday at 1 p.m.
Hello, I am Ishan Russell.
I'm Tracy Shilchi and you're watching News Tonight.
Together with the team of our
Dedicated professionals from across various fields.
This is Shyam Sundar,
Vishal Dahiya,
Akhilesh Suman,
Frank Pereira from Beijing, China.
Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
We bring to you
the news that matters here on Rajya Sabha TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, the Election Commission CEO for Bihar, Ajay V. Nayak, spoke exclusively to Rajya Sabha Television's Kriti Mishra about the preparations for the third phase of polling. Let's listen into what he had to say.
I'm joined by Chief Electoral Officer of Bihar. Welcome to Rajya Sabha Television, sir. Two crucial phases are over. Of course, the third phase now. How are the election preparations going on?
Election preparations are complete, and on 28th we are going in for the third phase elections. So 6 districts and I think 50 assembly constituencies will be going to poll. So our preparations in all aspects are complete.
Right, sir. In the earlier phases, we saw impressive voter turnout. This time around, what are you really doing to motivate voters so that they come out in large numbers and cast their vote?
Our strategy is now well defined, well honed, and is all pervasive through all media. And we had very peaceful, for the first time, elections in Naxal affected areas.
So what's your strategy now to really ensure free and fair elections and actually peaceful elections?
We are a little fortunate in the sense that we are a standalone kind of an election going state. So consequently we have a large contingent of central police forces at our command, and therefore we have been able to deploy them at every polling station. And therefore, the confidence among the people naturally tends to be higher if the polling stations are manned by central police forces vis-a-vis the state police force.
Moving on now, Rashtriya Janata Dal Chief Lalu Prasad and Prime Minister Narendra Modi continue to trade insults during campaigning in Bihar. Replying to Prime Minister's comment that Lalu was a virus in Bihar, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's computer, Lalu today called Modi a communal virus. The RJD chief also denied Modi's allegations that the Secular Alliance was plotting to take away 5% reservation of SC/ST and OBCs. He said this was Modi's ploy to divert public attention from the BJP-RSS move to scrap reservation in jobs.
साफ हम लोगों ने चेतावनी दे दिया कि लालू के रास्ते गरीब गुरबा नीतीश के रास्ते अगर रिजर्वेशन पिछड़ा दलित का खत्म करने का नाम दिया तो इन से बजाते हैं.
Well, continuing with his election campaign in Bihar, BJP star campaigner Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed rallies in Bihar's Motihari and Betia districts today. Attacking leaders of the Grand Alliance over bribe stings, the Prime Minister said that the Congress was putting Bihar up for sale.
ये कांग्रेस पार्टी अनाप शनाप आरोप लगाती है, संसद को चलने नहीं देती है, देश के हित के काम नहीं करने देती है, और यहां पर कैमरा के सामने रुपये बांटे जा रहे हैं, रुपये लिए जा रहे हैं, बिहार बेचा जा रहा है, लेकिन वो मुंह पे ताला लगा करके आपके पास भ्रमित करने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं.
Well, time for some more political reactions on the elections in Bihar in our segment Poll Bits.
हार की हताशा और डिफीट के डिप्रेशन के एहसास भर से उनका ये हाल है। तो जब डिफीट होगी बुरी तरह से और जनता ने जो तय कर लिया है करप्शन और कुशासन के कुनबे का सफाया और सुशासन और विकास के रास्ते पर बिहार को ले जाने का संकल्प, ये बहुत साफ दिखाई पड़ रहा है।
The anarchy which has been unleashed in this country in the past 17 months has made people to hum that famous old song कि कोई लौटा दे मेरे बीते हुए दिन।
संवेदनहीनता की हद अगर कहीं है दलितों के लिए, पिछड़ों के लिए, तो वो भाजपा के चरित्र में है, संघ के चरित्र में है। तो मूलतः अब बरगलाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं मोदी जी, वो जानते हैं कि वो हार चुके हैं।
Here are some poll snippets in Polpuri. Ahead of the third phase of polling in Bihar, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has said that the outcome of the state election will not be a referendum on the centre. Expressing confidence that the BJP will sweep the next two phases, Jaitley said that NDA victory in Bihar will strengthen the centre and raise its capability to help Bihar. Tweeting support for Nitish Kumar, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today made a strong appeal to the people of the state to return the incumbent Chief Minister to power. Kejriwal has openly backed Kumar's candidature since the beginning of the electoral campaign. Addressing a press conference on Monday, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar invited Prime Minister Narendra Modi for an open debate with him on the issue of Bihar's development. He also said that the BJP-led NDA is trying to polarize votes in Bihar on communal lines. It's time for another short break on the program. Still to come, we throw the spotlight on Siwan. The people of the backward district are not concerned too much about development. They have a bigger problem. We'll tell you all about it on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Get live Rajya Sabha session. News, views, reports and analysis you can trust on social media. Subscribe, follow, like Rajya Sabha Television.
Hello, I am Ishan Russell.
I'm Tracy Shilchi and you're watching News Tonight.
Together with the team of our
Dedicated professionals from across various fields.
This is Shyam Sundar,
Vishal Dahiya,
Akhilesh Suman,
Frank Pereira from Beijing, China.
Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
We bring to you
the news that matters here on Rajya Sabha TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, Siwan is one of the more backward districts of Bihar, but the biggest problem it faces today is that of crumbling law and order. We'll take a look at the issue in our segment Spotlight.
Siwan is the birthplace of first Indian President Dr. Rajendra Prasad. And later, the noted social reformer Maulana Mazharul Haq. But by the turn of the millennium, its name came to be associated more with crime and the role of the RJD leader Syed Shahabuddin. After his conviction, Shahabuddin and his party lost their grip on the seat. But crime and crumbling law and order continue to be big issues here.
जो हालात थे, कब किसकी हत्या कर दी जाएगी और सीवान शहर में कब बम का प्रहार हो जाएगा। दुकानें शाम 6 बजे बंद हो जाती थी, वीरान लगता था सीवान, लोग यहाँ आने से डरते थे और जो लोग आ भी जाते थे, जब तक घर वापस नहीं जाते थे, उनके घर खाना नहीं बनता था। लोग चिंतित और भयभीत रहा करते थे।
The district has neither good roads nor a hospital. Education suffers from neglect, while jobs are in short supply. But election after election here is fought in the name of caste.
विकास के मामले में भी सीवान काफ़ी पीछे रहा। सीवान में पूर्व में भी कई औद्योगिक इकाइयाँ जन्मती थी, जिसको चलाने के लिए, जिसको संचालित करने के लिए, जिसको पुनर्जीवित करने के लिए कोई प्रयास सिवान के किसी राजनीतिक व्यक्ति ने नहीं किया।
The BJP holds 4 seats while JDU has 2, but equations have changed after the RJD and the JDU joined hands.
इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए हमारी सरकार ने काफ़ी प्रयास भी किया है और जो कुटीर उद्योग हैं, छोटे छोटे जो उद्योग धंधे हैं, उसमें सरकार ने काफ़ी प्रोत्साहन किया है।
कोई भी सरकार रही हो इस क्षेत्र के प्रति और इस समस्या के प्रति संवेदनशील नहीं है, गंभीर नहीं है और इसके से थोड़ा भी चिंतित नहीं रही है।
Siwan has nearly 16 lakh voters. Farmers form a sizable component, and their demand in these elections is the revival of the sugar mill that has been shut down. Ravindra Sharan's report for Rajya Sabha Television.
Moving on now, once famous for its sugar mills in the country, North Bihar now remains marginalized after the shutting down of its mills. Due to the shutdown and inadequate financial aid to restore the mills, farmers and labourers are forced to migrate to look for jobs. Here's a report.
Siwan and Gopalganj districts in North Bihar were once known as the sugar belts of the state. Being agroclimatically suitable for producing good quality sugarcane with minimum inputs, 6 sugar mills were set up by the British. Sugarcane was a main source of income for farmers back then. But with the shutting down of a large number of sugar mills, due to old and obsolete equipment and inadequate skills in the area, farming of sugarcane is also proving to be a mammoth task for farmers.
किसान त्राहिमाम कर रहा है, चूँकि हम लोग के यहाँ गन्ना बेचकर अपने बच्चों की पढ़ाई लिखाई, बेटियों की शादी हम लोग कर लेते थे, लेकिन आमदनी का स्रोत समाप्त हो गया। मुख्य समस्या है कि कम से कम जहाँ 3 चीनी मिल चलती थी, 1 चीनी मिल का अगर यहाँ शुभारंभ हो जाए, किसानों के घरों में खुशहाली आ जाएगी।
Very few sugar mills operate in the area these days, incurring heavy losses. Despite agriculture being their primary source of livelihood, most of the farmers have stopped sugarcane farming. While the state government has provided financial aid for the restoration of sugar mills, little has been achieved on the ground. Losing hope of any revival, the farmers are switching over to alternate methods of farming. Due to lack of money and limited farming knowledge, acres of land is turning barren. Of the total cultivable area of 54 lakh hectares in the state, sugarcane cultivation covers only 4.41% area.
सरकार की इच्छा शक्ति की कमी, सरकार में बैठे हुए लोगों के पास संवेदनशीलता की कमी, उनके पास क्षेत्र के विकास और बिहार को इस सुंदर बिहार बनाने के नक्शे की कमी, इस बिहार को इस विदेश के मानचित्र पे एक अच्छा जगह दिलाने की सोच की कमी, बहुत सारी कमियां रही हैं जिसके वजह से आज इतने उदासीन हैं।
यहाँ के चीनी मिल बहुत सारे बंद हो गए। पुराना टेक्नोलॉजी था, कोऑपरेटिव मूवमेंट भी यहाँ ध्वस्त हो चुका था, नए सीड्स, फर्टिलाइजर्स और जो किसान थे, जो लागत होता है इनपुट कॉस्ट्स, वो धीरे धीरे उनके पास जब कमी आई तो गन्ने का खेती जो है वो हाई इनपुट फार्मिंग है।
Locals say not much has been done by political parties for their development.
डीजल महंगा मिल रहा है, अब जानते हैं कि अनुदान किसान जो भी है डीजल लाने जाता है नहीं, डीजल लाने गया, हड़बड़ में गया, रसीद नहीं लिया, मिलता है पैसा वो मिल नहीं पाता है।
The largest agro-based industry in Bihar, the sugar industry, once generated sizable employment, but people now migrate to other states in search of employment. Going to polls on November 1st, the residents hope for the revival of the sugar industry that will become a wealth and employment generator for them. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, that's it on this edition of Verdict 2015. Have a good evening.